What's up, everybody? It is Super Bowl week, and I'm excited for this matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's start with the quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes has flat out put on a show this postseason, and he's shown his grit, determination, and championship pedigree. But Jalen Hurts has shown that never count him out. From his days in collegiate football, in national championship big moments, to winning his starting job in the NFL, he's shown that no matter the challenge, he'll rise to the occasion. Let's talk offense for a minute. Kansas City Chiefs bring in the best quarterback in football, and he's paired with might be the best tight end in football as well. And as a running game, they have a young runner and a seventh-rounder by the name of Isaiah Pacheco. He's done a lot this postseason and earned my respect. Not only has he the ability to tough out the short yards and the grittiness, but he has the breakaway speed that you would like to see in your running back. This team will have to do a number of things, and Andy Reid will have them ready to do that. To slow down this defense of the Philadelphia Eagles with the D-line that gets after the passer, they're going to have to screen, draw, and have them running sideline to sideline to slow down some of that steam they'll be coming into the game with. Philadelphia poses a great secondary, but they have to be challenged with route combinations, formations, and challenging them as they go from zone to man and the responsibilities, therefore, and the routes that be presented to them. The Philadelphia Eagles defense is led by their D-line, which has a lot of veterans. They have the ability to get on the edge, put a lot of pressure, and have individual matchups. So as you go from under and over to these different shade techniques, it's going to be very interesting on Andy not only slow them down from getting the ball out of Patrick's hand, but also in protection mode. Does he go max pro? Does he go slide? It'll be all played out on Sunday. But it's something to watch. On the Eagles side of things, their offense is just as dynamic. They have a multitude of formations, how they get there, a mobile quarterback that likes to run, and he can get the ball down the field to his dynamic receiving core that he has at his disposal. A two-headed running back scheme that allows for them to be versatile in their formations and who they bring in and in personnel. Philadelphia Eagles going to have to do a really good job of neutralizing the aggressiveness of the Kansas City Chiefs' young defense, and that's where I want to hone in and key on. Kansas City has starting a ton of rookies who've shown throughout the playoffs that no game has been too much for them. But it's the Super Bowl. It's going to be really interesting to see. Does the Kansas City's young defense stay heady and keeping their gap scheme integrity? Getting after the quarterback when they choose to put pressure on him, but also cover the receivers downfield. They're going to be tasked with keeping that ball in front of them and not letting the deep threat happen behind them. This game is going to be really tight, I believe. And because of that, I think both coordinators as an offense are going to be setting up plays to be later had in the game in the second half. What I mean by that is there's going to be some double moves. There's going to be some formations they could be able to diagnose as an offense and as a staff to later come back to in the game when they need it the most. Who's able to take advantage of that, and what do they see for that perfect call to be called in the right moments of the game? But it's often said that defense wins championships. And because of that, Philadelphia Eagles, I believe they're going to give their quarterback more opportunities than the Kansas City Chiefs. It's best to keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline and wear down the clock and try to win that field position game. But in the midst of that, hopefully create turnovers if you're an Eagles fan. I believe the game's going to be tight. It's going to come down to the last 3 to 4 minutes and just probably 3 to 4 plays. Because of Philadelphia's defense is so spectacular, I anticipate them being able to get their quarterback and their offense the ball one more time late in the game. I believe they will create a turnover or hold that defensive stand to keep Kansas City from getting points on the board. And because of that, it gives Jalen Hurts that moment that I'm sure he wants, put in position to have a last drive. And I believe because of that great defense and the opportunities that they will get, in that moment, he'll be able to create a play, get his team down the field for a game-winning field goal. I believe it's going to be a tight game, 31-28, Philadelphia Eagles.